Hello, Pilgrims. Welcome to the Mayflower. This is going to be a special, fun, historical analysis video of what Pilgrims would think about our modern world. Now, for those of you that don't know who Pilgrims are the people that are the reason that we have the Thanksgiving holiday. They basically invented Thanksgiving, and you see pictures of them with hats sitting at tables eating delicious turkey, and they are the reason for the season, so to speak. But let's take a look at what Pilgrim would think if they were somehow magically injected into today's society on Thanksgiving. Well, first off, they might see a telephone, and you might tell them, "Hey, that's a smartphone," and they'd say, What the H? I don't see it wearing any glasses." Because back when they were alive, telephones, you could maybe make a phone call for a couple minutes, but you couldn't surf the World Wide Web. You couldn't read a newspaper on your telephone back in those days. So that's number one. They would be in modern society, and they would, what in tarnation's that telephone doing there? That's a telephone? What the? They'd be very surprised at what a telephone could do nowadays. Thing number two, they'd probably be saying, like, they'd see some of the drugs of today. Like, there's some bad stuff out there, like cocaine, bad drug. They'd probably be saying something like, "I wish Coke was still cola." That'd be another thing they'd be surprised at. Now, they'd come to today and they would see an automobile, and they'd say, "What the? Give me a horse and a wagon. I got no use for this big metal contraption. I got no use for this wizardry." They'd be very surprised at cars. They'd probably come into modern society today. They'd see what houses looked like, and they'd say, "Wow, I don't want anything to do with that house. Get me something made out of the log. Get me a log cabin. That's what I want to be inside." So that'd be another thing they might say. Now, let's look at another thing. So let's say Pilgrims were somehow magically injected into today's society. What's sort of the number one thing? Let's try to brainstorm here. What's the number one thing that might surprise Pilgrim? And hey, this is a special Thanksgiving video, keep in mind, where we're doing a historical, or we're doing like a special philosophical analysis of what Pilgrims, let's say Pilgrims were magically injected in modern society. What would they think? Let's think of the number one most confounding thing if a Pilgrim came to today's society. Well, probably a microwave oven. What? I don't have to use a fire to heat up I can have a meal ready in a minute and a half. I can have a pizza ready in four minutes. I used to. I could only have a pizza if I traveled to Italy. So yeah, that's probably the biggest thing that Pilgrims would be surprised by if they were to come to modern society today. Microwave ovens.